Hey friends, Dorinda here. I'm excited to come your way again today. How have you been? In our earlier post, we spoke about rape, congregational problems, prophets and prophecies, abortion as some examples of trauma. So today we are looking at some types. The first one is childhood trauma, and this has become the foundation of many teen and adult traumatic issues. And because they've not been dealt with over time, it becomes part of their personality, which is not the case. What does it mean? It means that a child experiences a frightening or distressing situation that becomes difficult to handle. As a result, they tend to exhibit negative characters afterwards. They could either experience it, watch it with their eyes, or what they hear. It could either be conscious trauma or unconscious trauma. What does it mean when we say a trauma is unconscious? For example, a parent is constantly comparing two siblings. You see, one would think that, why is my mother doing this? To the parents, they might think that it's a way of motivating the child to pick up or do it, but it's not good. Don't do it. Because you see, every child and their personality. So there are some children, when you do this, they don't mind. There are others that are sensitive and extremely emotional. So when you do this, it affects them. The other one is school fees. It's unconscious. Parents don't intentionally do this mostly because they love their children. So when this happens constantly, sometimes the child feels like, in their mind, okay, my parents don't have money to give me. And they tend to look at some other children in the class who are better in the position by their parents to for their fees to be paid. Then inferiority complex setting. I am not worthy enough setting. You see, yeah. The other unconscious trauma, which is also critical, is when a parent who experienced this and has not been dealt with over time, they pass it on to their children unconsciously. How? You see, it becomes a framework with which they train their children. Maybe they experience a negative thing. It has shaped their thinking pattern negatively. And now they are transferring or raising their children the same way. Okay, let's look at the conscious trauma. For example, rape or sexual abuse. Another critical area. The other thing is verbal abuse. When a child lives in an environment where they are constantly abused, body shamed, your head, your legs, your nose, your mouth, and all that. One lady spoke about how the death of her grandfather affected her. They were very, very close. So when her grandfather passed, she suffered a whole lot of issues, including mental issues. She was no longer concentrative in class. Her teachers were complaining. She was literally begging her friends for food. Meanwhile, she always took food to school. Okay. Along the line, she grew into this character. She became promiscuous, indulging in all kinds of things. Another lady also shared the story whereby her parents were usually fighting and quarreling, and it affected her so much because she had nowhere to go. So what she did was that she developed what we call the dissociative mechanism. So anytime her parents were in that act, she moved her spirit from her body so that she's not able to witness whatever was going on. This lady is old now, and God is now helping her to go through healing because she said it made her emotionally numb. She became quite insensitive. She couldn't be bothered. Okay. There are several examples. You see, sometimes when you see teens behave in a certain way, maybe spend some time to investigate why. Because you see, when somebody is whole, rudimentally, they exhibit love. Another critical area is where parents neglect their children, usually unconsciously. See, they are chasing after resources to take care of their home, and in the process, the child suffers. You go chasing after money, you come back home, and now the same child for which you went out there has turned into something else. So these are some of the issues when it comes to childhood trauma. If you have further questions that you want me to address or you need counseling, please feel free to reach out. You could either DM me or send me an email and I'll gladly respond. Take care of yourself until I come your way again, and know that you are special. Bye.